credit is being used as a tool to keep poor people in bondage for the last 100 years. And all of a sudden I tripped because Jay-Z put out his album this year talking about what's the secret, credit. And I was screaming it in 2001. And now people are somewhat taking notice to what's going on, and the book is simply a blueprint. It's a very elementary way of explaining the whole industry of credit as it relates to politics, as it relates to banking, as it relates to life. And when people ask me, is it all about credit? My response sometimes is not all about credit.
So what is the purpose of credit? Why is credit established? And because you have some people say you got to protect your credit. You see this big Experian link. People's personal information is out there, and people need to protect their credit, the FICO score, all of this. Why do people have to protect their credit, and what is the purpose of credit?
See, that's all a game. Because I can ask you the question right now. Have you met one person since this big Equifax breach or this Experian breach that say, hey, man, somebody really did get a hold of my information? You probably be hard pressed. The reason why? Because the credit bureaus sometimes play the same game that the media plays the same game that the government plays when they put out stories, staged stories through the media. So if Equifax or Experian come out with a press release stating, hey, our database has been breached, the next move is, let me sell you some more of this identity theft protection product. Let me sell you some more of this credit monitoring product.
Right.
That's two whole revenue streams worth billions. And people, they fall for that. I mean, that's the one thing that drives consumers. If it's not entertainment, it's fear.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so
then what is the purpose of credit? Why was it established in the first place?
Man, credit was established in the first place through what I call, and this may be cliche, by corporate gangsters, insurance companies that spend millions of dollars lobbying to push their agendas to keep people in bondage by way of numbers. That's why I always say it's about algorithms. It's still about redlining. It might not always be about black and white. It's a poor thing. Like people spending so much time focusing on Donald Trump, and he's just a distraction when they probably need to be focused on the Koch brothers who've been putting together a 100-year agenda to damn near, like, they want to create a constitutional convention to change a lot of laws to remove, like, the American public from democracy almost. But people so focused on Donald Trump, and they putting all
He's just playing a role. That's his role, to keep people distracted.
It's just a role to keep people distracted for real. Like I said this in an interview like a while back. I got a friend from Nigeria, and I was just teasing him. I was like, man, Nigerians, you guys known for getting money. And he was like, yeah. He said, because when we come over here, that's all we focus on. We don't get distracted by racism. We don't get distracted by politics. We don't get distracted by religion. Because all of it's just distraction. And he's like, we focus on money, and whether you want to admit it or not, if you don't have money, and I've been preaching this, the only way to get your hands on some money, you got to use what they gave you. Their asset. Okay, if you want to play the game and say, I need credit, then let's play the game, and I'm going to use credit to get to the money. Like I just spoke on Jay-Z, because he has that platform. So now when he says it, oh man, Jay said credit. I see that like in social media. It's like a tagline now. But I guess you gotta have that platform, because like I said, man, I was talking about that in 2001, 99. Like everything that you see me doing now, whether I invest in real estate, whether I invest in cars to use something that depreciate in value to bring me income, whatever I do, it's all done because I know how to utilize credit.